Hey there, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess and today I am at Silvertip Resort here in Canmore, Alberta, doing a 23 minute reformer workout with you guys, multi-level. Wherever you're at, you will have an option that works for you. And if you're already quite advanced, you'll have options to make this harder as you go. Before we get started, if you're really jealous of my scenery right now, I feel you. I respect that, I understand that. And that's why now you can do reformer workouts here with me at Silvertip Resort. So if you're interested in that, send me an email, let me know, and you can work out literally right here with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into it. We're starting with 2 red springs on my machine, so 2 heavy springs, and lying down flat on your back. You'll need your platform extender if you have one. Foot bar is up, headrest can be up as well to start. All right, getting settled on your back here. We're starting with heels on the bar, parallel. Press the carriage all the way out and in. Exhale out. Inhale, return. Connect into your breathing. You're forcing the air out of your lips to press out, like you're breathing out of a straw. Inhale through the nose to travel in. Feels like a light spring right now, but once we go into the single leg stuff, it's not gonna feel so light, so don't worry. Last one, just getting the blood flowing. Then let's try toes on the bar. High half toe, press out and in there. Try your best to keep the heels lifted up in space. Now your heels are high, but maybe not as high as your highest height. Just find a spot where ankles feel really centered and stable for you. Now hold this one out, keep the legs straight, lower the heels, lift, calf raises. You're only moving from those ankles, finding a nice little stretch as heels sink under the bar before you work to lift. 3, moving right through center. And then keep the heels lifted. Let's bring the carriage in. Lift the right leg off the bar tabletop, press it out, bring it back in, change sides. So I always want you to change sides when you're in at the stopper. It should feel like your toe naturally finds the foot bar each time. Just marching back and forth. Now you could always stay here. Maybe this is enough today. Otherwise, we're staying on one side here. Let's keep the right leg in the air. As you bring the carriage in, send that leg long over the foot bar, press it out to tabletop. Reach over the bar as you travel in, tabletop to press out. Try to keep that heel lifted up. That left heel is stable in space. 2 more. And then we'll change sides. Left leg's in the air. Reach over the bar as you travel in. Press it out tabletop. Reciprocal motion. One leg is always lengthening while the other leg bends. Keep going. 3, 2, last one. Change back, but this time put your left heel on the bar, heel instead of toe. Then I want you sending that right leg long over the foot bar. As you press out, reach up to the sky, down over the bar as you travel in, reach to the sky as you press out. And maybe on the way out, you point the toe, flex the ankle as you return. Find that stability coming from your core, cinch up through center. You've got this. Let's go 4 more. Hold it out there now. Draw circles in the air with that right leg. You should feel like you're standing on the left leg. That's how straight and strong it is. And that circle with the right leg is just as big as feels good and as big as you can keep your hips relatively centered. We have one more this direction. Reverse your necks, and if you have to do it with a bent leg, that's perfectly fine too. Otherwise, keep the legs straight, work those quads, work the hip flexor. Only 2 more. Last time. And then we change sides again. Reach the left leg long over the bar, kick it to the sky as you press out, straight down over the bar as you come in. Pointing on the way up, flex on the way down. You've got this. 3 more. Find the connection into that right glute with each press. On your next one, hold it out, straight, strong legs, circle that left leg in the air around. You might use the exhale as the leg falls open to the side to help keep your right hip centered, heavy and stable. Last one this direction. Reverse here. Feel those little tugs in your waist. Keep strong on that right leg. Driving down through the heel. Last time. Good, bring the carriage all the way in. You can shake that out and then make your way up to a seated position. We'll change the spring here. Getting into some arm work. I'm just gonna go for 1 blue spring. So it's about a medium spring, somewhat light. You can start seated with your bum up against the blocks. Reach back for your straps. Now, I want you holding onto the short loops in your hands. Tuck the elbows by your sides, grow tall, exhale, reach forwards. Inhale, tuck those elbows back down. Exhale, reach. Keep it slow. Again, it's a light spring. First few might feel a little easier, but as we keep moving, it's gonna feel harder and harder. I want you to just pay attention here though, as to if you're swaying forwards and back in space. Make sure you stay tall, stay stable. And if you want a bit more challenge, you could come up onto your knees. Maybe feet go up against your blocks. And then you're pressing. Even just sitting on your heels will make it feel a little bit harder. But if you're really stable, keep the elbows tucked by your sides, lift your hips, squeeze the glutes, core tight. Now be careful not to face plant here. Move real slow. Press the arms forwards. See how wobbly that is? Now also move slow on the return. Exhale, press. Inhale, return. Lots of control. Excuse me. Now, if you are kneeling, you could add in a squat to this. So maybe as you bend the elbows, you sit the bum down and back, and then you press hips forwards as you press arms forwards. Then no matter where you're at, we're going to add on, pause with the arms reaching forwards, open them wide to the sides, press forwards again, bend the arms back by your sides. Exhale, press it forwards, inhale, arms open, exhale, reach, inhale, tuck back down. Core and glutes still have to do a ton of work if you're up there on your knees to keep you stable, especially when arms open and close. And you're just opening the arms to the point that feels good. Keep the hands slightly forwards of the shoulders the entire time. 2 more. I think that was 2, right? 2 enough. Okay, then we'll hang up the straps. And I want you to change your spring again. This time, let's go to a heavier spring. I'm gonna go 1 red on my stot. If you're on balanced body, I might do even a red and a blue because those springs tend to be a little lighter. Hands on the foot bar. Let's go into a modified plank. Open your hips forwards, squeeze the glutes, 1 long line. Press the carriage out and in. Lots of control here. Your goal is holding this long line you've got going on from head to knees. Watch that as you press out, that hips don't pike back behind you. and your hips also don't drop down. Instead, keep the front of your core engaged, keep those glutes squeezing, and just press out to the point where you can hold that long line. It's okay if it's not super far. Lift the chin away from the chest. It's best to keep your eye gaze looking forwards beyond your reformer. Let's do one more here, and then we're gonna make it harder. Now, can you do that from your feet? I would suggest maybe bringing feet a little away from your shoulder blocks. That will give you more support. Press out. Now, if your feet do slide around, feet definitely go against the shoulder blocks. Keep your strong plank. Can you glide from shoulders out and in? One long line, head to feet. It's okay if you're not going far. You probably won't go nearly as far as before. Let's try 3, 2. Last one. Bring it back in, lower the knees, and we change the spring. Let's go back down to that lighter spring. I'm going to my blue again. Now we're going to experience the same move except with that lighter spring load. Lighter is harder when it comes to this one, so be mindful of that. Carefully get yourself to your modified plank, long line, knees to head. Keep that long line, slowly glide out. You probably won't go nearly as far, and you'll probably feel a little shakier. Exhale, press away. Inhale, return. Now you could stay with that, or maybe give it a go from your feet. Now definitely for this one, I would try feet away from the blocks, because the further forward you bring your body to the springs, the heavier the springs will feel on the carriage. So try getting up there. Can you glide from the shoulders? You probably won't go far, that's okay. You've got this. One long line, head to heels. Keep that chin away from the chest. Harder would be feet up against the blocks if you want to try that. We're layering on lots of options today to make it a little bit easier, or to give you options in general. If you want it hard, you can have it hard. If you want an easier workout today, you can have that too. Last one. I know you're all struggling for your life like I am though, taking the hard options. Okay, now let's change the spring again. Back to a heavier spring. And I want you to carefully stand up with your foot stepping first onto the stable platform side. Other foot goes on the moving carriage side. Now, I like my foot bar up. I have space for that. If you don't have space, of course you can put it down. Just be careful when you're maneuvering. Let's get feet parallel, hip width apart. Stand really tall, squeeze the glutes, core tight, slowly press out. And then return back in. I want you to just go out to the point where it feels equal through both hips. You're not letting one hip lead the way or anything funny like that. Instead, your core is zipper tight to help with your stability. It's okay if you're not going very far. And if you need it just a little lighter, on my Stott reformer, a blue and a white is a little bit lighter than this. Okay, you could go there. Balanced body. You might do just one red. You could do one green to make it heavier than that. Even heavier than one green would be a red and a blue. I know that's confusing. I'm trying to give you options. Just fiddle with your springs. You should feel work to push out. Feel the work through those outer glutes to press out each time. Now, let's just squat down. Keep the platform leg really stable and press with the carriage leg out and in. Hi, do you need the space? Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, we won't be here nearly that long anyways. Okay, perfect, thank you. Oh, totally fine. So pressing out and in just with that carriage leg. And it's okay if you don't even fully extend your leg. Make sure that your hips stay stable, stacked over top of the knee and the ankle. You could, if you have your foot bar up, you could even have your shin touching the bar for a little bit of feedback. Okay, give yourself as much support as you need, so that you can really get the hang of the movement, quality movement over anything else. Now, for me, I sometimes slide even in my grip socks, so I like to sometimes put my foot on the edge of the carriage. That way you have something to push against. So if you're having the same problem, just have it on the edge and it will serve you a lot better. 5 more, you've got this. 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Bring it in, shake out the hips, and carefully climb down. Let's change the spring back light. Lots of spring changes today. That way you can really learn your springs and see how they create a different experience depending on what you're doing. So back to a light spring. I'm back on my blue. I could also do this on the white or even 0 springs if you're experienced. Don't do 0 springs right away though if you are not super used to that. The lighter you go here, the harder it will be. Carefully, platform side first, you're standing. Slowly press out. I almost forgot myself. And then bring it back in, touch the stopper. Same exact motion, straight legs. You're able to press further out potentially here, so be extra mindful of your pelvic alignment. Watch that you're not sticking the tail out, you're not overly tucking forwards, you're just right there in the center. It doesn't matter how far you go out, it's all about bringing it back in anyways. That's where you should feel inner thighs. And if not, I want you to go down lighter. For me, I'm not feeling too much, so I'm just gonna go no springs today. But you could always go down to your next lightest, or another great option is to step your foot wider on the carriage. For this inner thigh work, the wider you step, the harder it will be. Whereas with the heavier spring, the more narrow you stand, the harder it is. So find your perfect spot, and we'll keep going for a few more. If your knees are bugging you, try putting more weight on the outside of your feet. Lift the arches, and that should help out a lot. We'll just do another 3. 2. Good. Let's do this one first on the second side. Careful as you step around, stable side first. Turn around, say hi to the mountains, and then press out and in. Slow and steady. Keep those arches lifted as you go. And watch that you're not trying to go so far out that you're getting lopsided on the way in. Watch that you're not leading with one hip, dragging the reformer. I'd rather you go a lot smaller than for you to overdo it. We have 3 more of these ones. Then you'll carefully climb down, go back to the heavier spring, maybe that red, whatever you had before, you want to match it here, and stand on up again. Get your legs situated parallel, and then straight legs press out and in. Outer hips work. And remember with this one, if you stand more narrow, it feels a little heavier. If you step out wider, it's going to feel easier. Find your perfect spot. 3, 2, last one. And then once you're back in, squat down. Keep that standing platform leg stable, just press out with the carriage leg. And maybe bring your foot against the edge so you have something to grip against. Whatever works for you. Just be sure you stay low deep in that squat. Hips stay level and stable, especially focus on that hip over top of the platform heel. Watch that you're not moving with the carriage at all. It's just that carriage leg pressing. The rest of you is super stable. We've got 4 more. You got this. Strong glutes. Last 2. Last 1. Return. Good. Climb down. Take a seat on the side of the machine. We'll do a figure 4. Cross an ankle over the knee. Hinge yourself forwards. Big breath. Change legs. Big breath there. And then we'll just finish with mermaid. Probably the spring you're on should be good. One heavy. Side sweep your legs towards your shoulder blocks. Other foot against the inner thigh. Hand to the foot bar. Now if this wave sitting doesn't feel good, sit crisscross applesauce instead, or any other way that does feel good. Start here by lifting your free arm up high to the sky, find some length, then push yourself away, side bend over. And glide the carriage out and in there. You're getting just a nice stretch along the side of your waist with each press. On your next one, let's go over, twist, take your hands wide, bend the elbows to draw it in, exhale, press away, inhale in. Your head stays low, and you're watching that spring open and close. Last one, press out, keep the arms relatively straight, lift up into a nice little extension, press away to look at the spring again. One more time. Open the chest. Press away. Walk your hands to the corner of the bar in front of you. Go through your side bend to return back out. Then take your counter stretch. Foot bar, arm up and over, big breath. And then you have your other side. Flip over. If you turn towards the shoulder blocks to flip, you will naturally have your legs in the perfect shape for the next side. When you're ready there, lift your free arm. Side bend away. Take a big breath of that mountain air into your lungs, or pretend that you have mountain air. Last one. And twist, take the hands wide. Glide in and out, but stay low. Keep that head dropped. Almost like you're rounding your belly over your thigh. Then keep the arms straight here. Lift up to travel in. And press away. This side might feel completely different than the other side. That's quite normal. My 2 sides do not feel the same. That's okay. Last time. Press away. Walk your hands to the corner of the bar in front of you, top arm overhead, and come on up. Take that foot bar arm up, side bend the opposite way, big breath. And then you're all done. I hope you enjoyed that. A nice multi-level workout, so you can always come back to it and see if maybe you can do the things that you might not have been able to do later on once you get stronger at them. But also a good video to reference those springs and things like that. Play with your springs, see what works best for you, and see what gives you the best workout today. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.